Do for the call to action, and this is do not legalize slots unless it funds the government, right? So historic horse racing has been shut down in Kentucky. Fairly sneaky effort by racetracks to make slot machines legal by calling them horse races and operating them under kind of existing legal authorities. And that is, I will say this, that is going to be fixed in this session. Do not bet against horse racing in Kentucky, right? There's not a more powerful interest group in Frankfort than horse racing. But what we're most concerned about is not necessarily, the historic horse racing slots. It's just how those resources and revenues are being utilized. So it's affecting our state general funds in a lot of ways. There's one thing that they do with it, which I'm not going to fight about it. It actually helps fund purses in local horse races, so that Kentucky has higher purses than other states, because that's how you keep your horse racing industry thriving, is making sure that people want to compete. So I'm not really going to get into the weeds on that one, but what I will say is that we are currently taxing this activity at basically 1/3 or 1/4 of what most states are doing that have the equivalent, have these slots. Those things are worth way more to the general fund than they are here in Kentucky. So that's what I think is worth, that's a hill worth dying on. So if they want to keep these historic horse racing slots going, fine. If they want to make their racetracks into de facto casinos, fine. But if they are going to do that, they need to pay a fair share into the state's coffers, and that's the kind of thing that could fund what we know is horribly underfunded right now. So that's the one I think really important that folks call about that one. Hit up that legislative comment line, speak with the friendliest folks in our Commonwealth. Go ahead and call that legislative comment line. They're the nicest folks. So, you can just say, hey, I'm calling about that historic horse racing bill. Do not pass it unless they also pass legislation to ensure that more of the funds go to the state's general fund or education or things of that nature. So that's it. So as we just said, lots going on right now, stuff moving every single day, and there's a lot to keep tabs on. But what matters is we as concerned citizens have a role to play here, right? Our legislators, the elections have consequences. They're back in Frankfort, and they're not hearing from us nearly enough. And I think it's really important that we speak up on the issues that matter. And if you want to keep tabs on what's moving, strongly encourage folks to head over to Forward Kentucky and check out their bill tracker. Super helpful way of figuring out what's moving, where it is, what issues you care about. You can hear what other groups think about them, and it's a really good resource for the progressive community. So we love Forward Kentucky and what they do, but this bill tracker is a kind of nice new additional resource for the progressive community in Kentucky. So that's what I got. Make your phone calls.